Talked about the size of the crowd here. No greater roar when Sachin Tendulkar wandered out into the middle here in Ahmedabad. It was quite electric. He's looking cool as ever with the Tom Cruise sunnies on, acknowledging the crowd, and they acknowledged him. The two sides came out directly after. So much love for that man in this country. It's quite incredible.
Bit of T. Cruise, you reckon, Howie?
Tap round the corner.
What Australia have done really well is set some really good fields right from the outset. First over, Rohit Sharma facing Mitchell Starc. They had deep point out, realized that's a high scoring area for him. Now for Virat and KL Rahul, they have shot square leg. They don't have a covers fielder. They're saying you take a single if you want there, but we are going to be at you at the stump. It's a slow pitch, and they're going to bowl a lot more shot into their body. So if they're not able to control the pull, it becomes a catching position. Some real good tactical play here from Australia.
Spooned, and it just floats into a gap. A big intake of breath around the stadium. Wasn't far away.
Yet again, the Australian captain showing how it's done. The first ball, 122, but this one, much quicker. Got on to Kohli much quicker. And that's what makes batting in this pitch really tough, because the odd one skids on, and then there is one that just keeps low and goes to the keeper. It is hard batting right now. I wouldn't be very surprised if once Pat Cummins finishes his spell, he's going to bring on Josh Hazlewood. He's someone who's always troubled Virat Kohli. That's going to be an option that he's going to be using very, very soon. As we speak, I get the feeling he's warming up. Australia have done their matchups really well. And that's what you'd expect. Two good teams, two best teams in this World Cup. Trading punch for punch every minute in this World Cup so far.
Yeah, what's going to be absolutely key here is making sure that on the shorter side of the ground that you're planning well, using the bigger side of the ground. .73 downtown, 66 the shorter side, and 73. So he's bowling at this moment now at Pat Cummins into the right-hander.
Another tight over from the skipper of Australia as the wave goes round here with 120 plus, 97 for 3. Hasn't seen a boundary yet. Zampa to continue to Virat Kohli. Touch short. Again, it's just eased away for a single.
And as you're speaking, Hados, have to admit that Rohit Sharma would have gone into that room and thought, he's got a 6, he's got a 4. He still took the positive option, but when it doesn't come good, that's when in a big game you're thinking, should he have been the guy to probably carry on? But credit to him, because he's played that way throughout this World Cup. He'll expect the others to keep doing what they've done through this World Cup. But I'm sure, knowing Rohit Sharma, he's just sitting inside thinking, did he choose a shot too early?
Yeah, it's so easy to be critical. That was the point that I was making to Ricky, and brought up the 2003 World Cup where Adam Gilchrist had got 50. A wonderful catch. Cut an amazing line to that ball, hung with it, good courage in the field, Travis Head. Yeah, it's easy to criticise, but he came on and got 140, Damien Martin 88, and then there was no word of the fact that the opening partnership was over 100 inside the 15. So you can really build a great pressure. That's what India have done very well during this World Cup. You can't stop that in a World Cup. You've got to play with freedom and courage.
It just turns back in towards Coley. We need to have another look at that catch. He covered some serious ground in Travis' head.
Yeah, but it's always really hard, Howie, when you've got the ball climbing over your left shoulder, cut the right angle. It's also sliced away. Maybe actually acted to his advantage because he was to the other side of the ball. So he's actually running into the line, but sometimes you can overrun that as well. So to hang in there was terrific.
Both KL and Kohli have consistently found a way to put on partnerships in the recent past. In the first game against Australia, they did it. Can they do it once more today? The finals, the big day.
Only singles from Zampa after 16. The home side being sent in, 101 for 3. It's time for a drink. Pat Cummins won the toss, elected to bowl. First wicket fell. Should McGill with 30 on the board, then 76 was the captain at higher. Didn't contribute much, 3 for 81 at that stage. Since then, the partnership 20 for 34. Virat Kohli, 34 for 33. He has set this tournament alive and broke a world record along the way.
মেয়ের জামাইয়ের মানে শ্বশুরবাড়ি দায়িত্ব কর্তব্য পালন করতে হবে। তবে তোমার বাবা যেমন তুমি তার মেয়ে হয়ে একই রকম হয়েছে।
He's charging for the second. He will get the second. Number 50 arrives for Virat Kohli. And he stands alone aloft on that summit. Nobody else there.
Not sure who writes his scripts Virat Kohli, but to do it at home in a World Cup final in front of the gentleman you're passing is quite extraordinary. 50 centuries to Virat Kohli, passing the great one, Sachin Tendulkar, Rohit Sharma's there, Ricky Ponting, Samas Jaya, Surya Sri Lankan. Just extraordinary scenes that way, Keddy. Cummins to continue, 4 overs, 1 from 11. Hasn't been hit for a boundary as yet, while the KL roll.
তবে নিভৃত চাকরি খুঁজছে, কিন্তু চাকরি হচ্ছে না বলে সেজন্য বাড়ি দিয়ে টিউশন করায়। আমাদের দুজনের সব খরচ নিভৃতের টিউশনের টাকায় হয়ে যায়। শুধু
Work in the ring by the Australians.
নিভৃত দিতে পারে না।
How long do you think DK India will be happy to sit on Cummins and just work singles?
I think they need to keep this momentum going for some time, not try too much. They need to play instinctive cricket. Don't look for the big one. You got to understand these are 2 big wickets here. And they'll know that they need to bat till 35th over, because that's when the likes of Jadeja and Surya Kumar can completely come in and unleash what they have got. You bring them in earlier than that, then it is very different to what they're used to playing.
It's simply not their role, is it, DK? Come in and build innings. That's what these two are here for now. And Australia would have spoken about that at the drinks break. They would have said, right, well, what is the possibility here? We've seen the wicket. Is it a 250 type effort? Currently it's 312. Well, in my book, that's too many. Probably 70 too many. A big game like this. So they'll be wanting 2 things. Wickets, firstly, to keep the momentum. And secondly, just to continue this relentless pressure that they've had on Team India thus far. They've weathered the storm earlier. Rohit Sharma again was on fire. Weathered that initial onslaught. Can they now break in here?
Round the corner, and again it's good work inside the ring by the Australians. Ever since the start of that semi-final, led by Warner and Labuschagne, the fielding has been on point and continued on today.
Yeah, certainly another big part of that discussion as well, DK, would have been we've got to keep up in the field. We've got to have our talisman in the field ready to go. And we've seen already that happen. Warner first, Labuschagne firstly, and then Warner. 2 of the best fielders in this side have got to be in there and at that competition.
Tucks it very fine, on a fine leg, a third man, and a point in the square of the 4 men out.
It also tells you how well they've planned Australia, but India just trying to understand what needs to be done. It's a tough pitch to play the pull shot, but both these batters in the last couple of balls have just managed to control the pull shot. They know they can't play a full-blooded shot because that would mean there's a chance with Warner being there at short square leg. The ball goes in the air. The way they've been fielding so far is always the opportunity. Clever batting so far.
তরকারিগুলো কোথায় রেখেছো দিদি আমি ওগুলো ফেলে দিয়েছি
Pat Cummins hasn't had the best tournament as a bowler up front at least. He's been really good with the old ball where he bowls a lot of cutters. But today he's come good in his first spell and that's a good sign. You can see Virat Kohli is rolling his wrist over, making sure he's had complete control and he grounds the ball. Bat coming up to down. KL Rahul very similar, playing it much finer. It's good calculated batting but they need to carry on.
Have to be brave, Howie, at this stage when you've got a couple of poles already taken. You've got to find a way to keep backing yourself.
Mitch Marsh is a man in the gun at mid-wicket. That's the one they're looking for. The short ball, 17 completed, 104 for 3.
I want to change my rewards to get higher.
তোমার বউকে আমরা কি অপমান করেছি শুনি প্রতিদিনে তোমার কানে ভুলবার কথা বলছে তাকে তুমি প্রতিদিন মনে বলছো আমি বাড়িতে অনেক আগে এসেছি তোমাদের সব কথাও শুনেছি কিন্তু মা তোমার কি এমন
He's had a tournament of impact.
তুমি তো আমার মা সংসার দুর্গাটা
Like Surya Kumar Yadav, if he's going to put a thumbprint on this game, that's the sort of impact that he'll be asked to do.
কখনোই আশা করেছিলাম না মেয়েরা ব্যাট রেডি করো
Magnificent 200, the only one for Australia. Historic 200 in this World Cup.
তবে যাওয়ার সময়
Really good strike rate as well. That's the sort of stuff.
বাবারা খুব বয়সে করেছে আর কতদিন তার সংসারের জন্য
What Maxwell is going to be trying doing because he has mid-off up is just pull his leg slightly shorter. Keep it around the good length mark, around the 6 meter mark. Try and make sure that they don't get anything full. He's also got a short square leg and a short mid-wicket, so he's not going to give away the single. India at the end of 10 were 84-1. Now 104, just the 24 runs so far in the last 7.3 overs. The going has been tough. Post row is getting out, but they need to buy time here.
Cut away back with a point.
When you look at the current run rate, just last over before Pat Cummins bowled, it was over 300. Now, 300. A couple of good tight overs. That'll have to trend for Australia. If they want to get to that total, if they believe in their hearts they can chase down. Dew will be a factor in this ground. They sprayed heavily before the start of the play, but that's just a beating effort. Won't stop the ball getting wet. That dew comes in, you can put another 20 or 30 on that total as a batting unit. Just it changes the game so much, DK.
Hurries through it, Maxwell, just 3 from it. 7 for 3.
The Scorpio is ready.